Hey, what's up everybody? It's Teeze, and we're about to drop some serious knowledge on you. We're talking culture shock, the kind that makes you question everything you thought you knew about the world. Get ready to have your mind blown wide open. Discover the top 5 craziest culture shock moments that will blow your mind. What's the most shocking experience you've ever had while traveling? Let us know in the comments. All right, buckle up, because we're kicking things off in the land of the rising sun, Japan. Now, imagine this. You're packed onto a train during rush hour, right? Shoulder to shoulder with a sea of people. But here's the catch. It's dead silent. No loud conversations, no music blasting, just the quiet hum of the train on the tracks. This, my friends, is the Japanese train commute. It's a masterclass in social etiquette, a testament to their deep-rooted respect for personal space and peace. Coming from a place where people blast music on the subway and shout into their phones, this was a serious culture shock. I remember my first time on a Japanese train. I was amped up, buzzing from the energy of Tokyo, ready to dive into a conversation with my travel buddy. But as soon as those train doors slid shut, a hush fell over the carriage. It was like someone had hit the mute button on the entire world. At first, it was unsettling, this overwhelming silence. But then, something strange happened. I started to notice the little things. The gentle sway of the train, the soft rustle of newspapers, the almost imperceptible nods of greeting exchanged between passengers. It was a powerful lesson in the beauty of silence, a reminder that sometimes less is definitely more. So tell me, have you ever experienced the tranquility of a Japanese train ride? Let me know in the comments. All right, from the Zen-like peace of Japan, we're jumping straight into the vibrant chaos of India, a country that explodes with color, sound, and a whole lot of energy. And there's no better example of this than Holi, the festival of colors. Imagine this. You're walking down the street and suddenly you're caught in a whirlwind of bright powders being tossed in every direction. People are dancing, singing, and dousing each other in water, their faces painted in a kaleidoscope of hues. It's like stepping into a living, breathing rainbow, and trust me, it's an experience that will stay with you forever. Holi is about letting go, about embracing the joy of new beginnings. It's a time to forget your worries, connect with your community, and just lose yourself in the moment. The energy is infectious, the atmosphere electric, and it's impossible not to get swept up in the celebration. My first Holi was a sensory overload in the best possible way. I was in Jaipur, the Pink City, and the streets were transformed into a giant canvas of color. At first, I was hesitant, worried about my camera gear and the thought of getting covered in paint. But then a group of kids came running up to me, their faces beaming with mischief. And before I knew it, I was covered head to toe in a rainbow of colors. So tell me, would you be down to experience the organized chaos of Holi? Let me know in the comments. Chapter 3. Number 3. South Korea's Spicy Food Challenge. All right, all you foodies out there, this one's for you. We're heading to South Korea, a country known for its vibrant street food scene, its innovative technology, and of course, its love affair with spice. Now, I'm talking about the kind of spice that makes you sweat, the kind that sets your mouth on fire and leaves you reaching for the nearest glass of milk. Korean cuisine is not for the faint of heart, But if you can handle the heat, you're in for a culinary adventure. From fiery kimchi jjigae, a bubbling stew that will clear your sinuses, to buldak or fire chicken that will have you gasping for air, Korean food is a testament to their love for bold, intense flavors. My first encounter with Korean spice was a humbling experience. I considered myself a bit of a chili head, someone who could handle their spice. But then I met kimchi. This fermented cabbage dish, a staple in Korean cuisine, is loaded with gochugaru, Korean chili powder, and it's not afraid to show it. I remember taking my first bite, the flavors exploding in my mouth, a mix of sour, spicy, and umami. It was delicious, but man, was it hot? My eyes started to water, my nose started running, and I could feel the heat radiating through my entire body. But here's the thing about Korean food. It's addictive. Despite the fire, I couldn't stop eating. From that moment on, I was on a mission to conquer the Korean Spice Challenge. And you know what? It was worth it. Each dish was an explosion of flavor, a testament to the creativity and boldness of Korean cuisine. So tell me, have you ever braved the world of Korean spice? What's the spiciest dish you've ever tried? Was it a fiery bowl of tteokbokki, or perhaps a searing hot plate of dakgalbi? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't yet, I challenge you to take on the Korean spice adventure. Trust me, it's an experience you won't forget. Chapter 4, Number 2, Ethiopia's Coffee Ceremony. All right, coffee lovers, this one's for you. We're traveling to Ethiopia, the birthplace of coffee, to experience a cultural ritual that's as much about community and tradition as it is about caffeine. Forget your quick espresso shots and your fancy lattes. We're talking about the Ethiopian coffee ceremony, a slow, deliberate process that's as mesmerizing as it is delicious. Imagine this. You're invited into someone's home, the air thick with the aroma of roasting coffee beans. A woman dressed in traditional clothing sits on a low stool, carefully roasting the beans over a charcoal brazier. The air fills with the rich, smoky scent of coffee, a sensory experience that's both comforting and exhilarating. Once the beans are perfectly roasted, they're ground by hand, the rhythmic pounding of the mortar and pestle filling the air. The ground coffee is then brewed in a traditional clay pot called a jabina, the long, thin spout creating a graceful arc as the coffee is poured into small, handleless cups. The first cup is always offered to the eldest guest, a sign of respect and honor. As you take that first sip, the coffee is strong, slightly bitter, but with a depth of flavor that's unlike anything you've ever tasted. It's a moment of connection, a shared experience that transcends language and culture. My first Ethiopian coffee ceremony was an eye-opener, literally and figuratively. I was used to grabbing a quick coffee on the go, but here, coffee was an event, a ritual to be savored. So tell me, have you ever experienced the magic of an Ethiopian coffee ceremony? Share your coffee experiences with us in the comments. Whether it's a quick espresso or a leisurely ceremony, we want to hear your stories. And remember, every cup of coffee has a story behind it. From the beans grown in lush plantations to the hands that roast and brew them. In Ethiopia, coffee is more than just a drink. It's a way to bring people together, to share stories, and to create lasting memories. This ceremony is a beautiful representation of Ethiopian culture and heritage, a tradition passed down through generations. So next time you sip your coffee, take a moment to appreciate the journey it has taken to reach your cup. Chapter 5. Number 1. Thailand's Songkran Festival. All right, we've reached the #1 spot, and it's time to crank up the energy because we're heading to Thailand for Songkran, the wildest water fight you'll ever experience. Forget your super soakers and water balloons. This is next level water warfare, a nationwide celebration that transforms the streets into giant water battle zones. Imagine this. You're walking down the street, the sun beating down, and suddenly a bucket of ice cold water comes crashing down on you. You look up to see a group of people laughing, their faces lit up with mischievous glee, and before you can react, you're soaked from head to toe. Welcome to Songkran, Thailand's New Year celebration, where water is the weapon of choice, and getting drenched is not just expected, it's encouraged. For 3 days, the entire country erupts in a joyous free-for-all, with people of all ages taking to the streets armed with water guns, hoses, and buckets, ready to drench anyone and everyone in sight. Songkran is about washing away the old and embracing the new. It's a symbolic cleansing, a way to start fresh and leave behind any negativity from the past year. It's a time for forgiveness, for new beginnings, and for letting loose and having some serious fun. Families come together, friends reunite, and strangers become friends in the spirit of celebration. The atmosphere is electric. The streets are a sea of smiling faces, and the energy is absolutely contagious. Music blares from every corner, and the air is filled with laughter and joy. My first Songkran was a baptism by water, literally. I had no idea what to expect, but it turned out to be one of the most exhilarating experiences of my life. I was in Chiang Mai, the northern capital, and the streets were packed with people, all armed and ready for water warfare. The sense of community and shared excitement was palpable. Within minutes, I was soaked to the bone, my clothes clinging to me, my hair plastered to my head. But you know what? I couldn't stop laughing. The sheer joy and camaraderie were infectious. So, tell me, would you dive headfirst into the madness of Songkran? Let me know in the comments. Would you embrace the chaos and join in the fun, or would you prefer to watch from the sidelines? Outro, that's a wrap. So there you have it, our top 5 craziest culture shock moments from around the world. From the silent serenity of a Japanese train commute to the vibrant chaos of India's Holi festival, from the fiery flavors of South Korea to the aromatic rituals of an Ethiopian coffee ceremony, and the all-out water warfare of Thailand's Songkran. These experiences are a testament to the incredible diversity and wonder of our planet. Thanks for watching our top 5 craziest culture shock moments. Don't forget to subscribe for more cultural experiences and follow Teeze Travel Guide on all platforms. What was your most shocking travel experience? And where in the world would you travel next? Let us know in the comments below. See you in the next video.